can start recording locally too. All right, we'll try that. We'll see what happens.
Do you need me to record locally too?
No. I'm trying to. Joe uploads the video directly to YouTube.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I'm doing I'm trying to do a recording. I can always pull it off of Twitch, but just we'll see what happens. Anyway, well, you went to the wrong screen. Why'd you go over there? I like Matt because I can just connect all my stuff together. The PC thing I did because it just worked for high-end gaming. I was able to put in a bigger card and this and now I can play my video games. But now that I'm not streaming video games, I want to go back to putting some kind of Mac in here instead. Because like X Mirage, great program. I think I spent $20 for it one time, and it lets me share my screen from my phone to my Windows computer, and then I can capture it as a video source and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I've rebuilt computers since then and wiped them, and I do not have a current activation code. I'd have to like email them and go through it again. I was like, why? I'm not even going to bother. Not even going to bother. Twitch. That's what I'm trying to do. Twitch. See who's on here live. Test my sounds. Yep. All right, got that. I'm assuming you can hear all my sounds. Like,
yeah, I can do that.
Okay, I figured. All right, let's see who's here. Squishy Twitchy is the only real person here right now. I love it. And that's the other thing. Twitch, gave me a whole bunch of problems using, because of the whole kerfuffle with authorization keys and all that stuff before. No, that's not what I wanted either. I want to go back to the chat. Thank you. But now Joe and I actually we finally got Pokemon GO Podcast unlocked again. But it still wants us to like redo our email and this and that. And every time we hit, verify email, it doesn't send us anything. And Joe's talking, he did mention today, he's like, hey, maybe I should just put my personal email in. Like, maybe you should, we can try it and see.
Yeah, it might work. I don't know. Phil keeps getting on me to start streaming again.
I would like to start streaming it. I really did enjoy it. I played all of XCOM, the newest XCOM game.
Oh, nice.
On stream, no, cancel.
He wants me to start up the cooking stream again. And it's just a pain in the butt to put everything back together and like break it or like put it up, tear it down. Cause like all the cameras, now Tristan has let me borrow his lapel mic, so I wouldn't have to worry about setting up like 4 different microphones and a soundboard and all that jazz. Cause essentially you just plug your lapel mic into your computer and then boop, you're done. So that would be easier. I did enjoy doing the story time stuff where I was just reading like Celtic fairy tales and whatnot for, a couple hours till my voice gave out basically. But like always something weird happened where like the camera that we have, that's like the high def camera, would heat up too much and would just auto shut down. Like after like 40 minutes or so.
It doesn't heat up. It's something with DSL cameras when you're recording video straight to them. Now, were you recording video or were you just using it as a pass?
Video. Yeah. Like I was going video into the computer.
It's some weird thing. Now, I don't know if it might not work. It might not do this if you're just using it as a camera to record on your computer. But if you're recording video on a DSLR camera, there's a 30-minute cutoff, period.
Weird. No, when I touched it, it was hot. Like the back of the camera was really hot, and I do not know why.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Because it's on.
And it'd say, I know. And it would say, too hot, shutting down, sort of thing. And I was like, okay, weird. Yeah. So, no idea what that was about.
I'll finish my soup. There you go.
I was gonna say, what are you eating?
Split pea soup.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I had barbecue slop for dinner, so.
All right, I think we are ready to go. I've got the pre-show was recorded, and yes, I'm going to hit marker, and let's do this. welcome to Pokemon GO Podcast, where I'm running solo tonight. I have no co-hosts. I have no help. I have a fish. On stream, but Joe is out sick tonight. He's not feeling well. He got his 15th booster for that Moderna, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson. He just mixed them all together, and the party animal that Joe is. So that is where he is tonight. I'm joined by the Magicarp that is playing Dennis Robinson.
You know, if you need, I can call Tony P up. He's actually a really good co-host. I found out this past weekend.
Although he seems to fall short on fulfilling his duties, so I've heard, and doesn't give you the full product. But if you want to know more about what we're alluding to, that's over on patreon.com/Hivehead Studios. And you can support Dennis, as I do, with the like and subscribe messages over there.
CEO, Chief Exposure Officer.
I am the Chief Exposure over there. And that's why I had to delegate. I had to delegate some of my Lowy. I just made it up. Lowy turn,
Sure.
Stuff I had to do. That's not what we called to talk about, Dennis. I don't even have a Discord up. I need to get it ready for the experiences of the week. But everybody, you've heard Dennis's voice. I put him on. He did the famous 15-minute rant recently that went on the end of the show. But Dennis still plays very, very actively, and oddly enough, though, you don't listen to the show like ever.
I don't listen to any podcasts because I'm usually busy with other stuff. I listen to things to help me relax, not to agitate me further by listening to you and Joe muck up Pokemon Go. Come on now.
And Joe did give us a bunch of headlines, and it is too many. That's what Joe does. Like, Joe, you're supposed to be sick. 3 headlines. That's
3 headlines.
And we have 7 headlines.
Okay.
Not even counting the question. I'll let you start thinking about the question here, Dennis. The question last week for discussion, which we'll do at the end of experiences in a minute, is what would you add to the game to make your team affiliation more meaningful? The Valor, the Mystic. It really doesn't matter in Pokemon Go. So, yeah, you can think on that. We'll get into it. Where'd my Discord go? There it is. You know what I do appreciate about Discord is they're always updating, but I don't have to sit here and download a 5-hour update. It's just like, hey, we just updated stuff on our servers. We're all good.
Already thought of an answer, by the way.
Because you're just that good. Last week,
and there's not a whole lot they could do. So,
yeah, I can imagine. Okay, no, that's events. I was like, wait, where's my experiences? That's not what we're looking for. All right, so. Starting on April 1st last week. Now, I know you've probably had some experiences. I'll tell you, as you all know, those of you who listen at home, that my experiences are far and few between. I get a few raids in, remote raids, and then I get I just turn on my gacha a lot of times. And sometimes, like coming up, I try to do something big, like on the 22nd, I think it is, of April. Yeah, 22nd of April is a community day, and I'm going to try to drive up to Tennessee and hang out with Joe for the day, and we're going to go Slurpee hunting and catch whatever fluffles we can get our hands on.
Nice.
But that's it. So, Dennis, from last week to this week, what's been your experiences in the game? Well,
so the issue I end up having a lot of times with the little mini events where they only give you like a day to do it. They did it on a Friday. So the April Fool's event, for instance, was on a Friday.
I totally forgot about that, to be honest.
And like, I just couldn't really do much with it because I was at work most of the day. And then I had I had to help my dad with computer issues afterwards. I didn't end up getting home till about 8 o'clock. And by that time, the event's pretty much done anyways. So like there was all this, there's like this side special research to do. Okay. And I'm stuck on the one where it says catch 3 transformed Pokemon because you have to catch Dittos. I didn't catch... I would say I probably caught like maybe 20, 30 Pokemon that day, just checking it while at work, and no Dittos. So
no Ditto for
at some point, yes, exactly. No Ditto for me. So as far as that event goes, not a whole lot going on. But as I shared with you this week, I did get a shiny that I didn't have before. I got a shiny Cranados. So that was nice. I got it from PvP because I have been doing some PvP now that Master League's out, and there are more people in that pool to sort of go up against.
That's right. You do like PvP, don't you?
Well, I don't like it, but I play it because it gives me access to Pokemon that are not like super readily available. Like a lot of them are behind the raid wall, and it's been cold lately, so I haven't really gone out to go raiding or anything like that. They did nerf the legendary rate for the Pokemon ability that you might be able to get in PvP battles. Like I barely ever see a legendary pop up in PvP when I used to get at least one a day, maybe multiple a day. Now I get maybe one a week, something like that, if I'm lucky. But right now it's Master League, and I've been having a great time with that because I discovered that Excadrill is an absolute monster in the Master League. Literally beats all of the top Pokemon in the game.
Wow.
Like just beats all. It's so dumb.
That sounds kind of dumb.
Like if you go to PvP or PvPoke for their ranking system, like I think their top 5 Pokemon that they have listed, literally Excadrill just stomps like every single one of them, just because its moveset is so good, and it's like a steel, dirt or ground type, so it's it doesn't take a lot of damage from those particular Pokemon anyway. So you lead with it, and you just literally sometimes people will just auto quit. Like the moment you pop in there, they're like, nope, not dealing with that. And the reason I started going with Excadrill is because I kept running into Excadrill and it was driving me crazy. So I was like, fine, 2 can play at that game.
To the pain, sir.
That's right, to the pain. Yes.
That is interesting. Does Excadrill work on pretty much every battle, or is it just PvP trainer battles?
Excadrill, to my understanding, is only good. Well, it's okay at raids, but it's mostly good for PvP.
Well, and like Team Rocket's kind of like PvP, right?
Yeah, that's like gym battles. So yeah, it's pretty much like PvP. So it does work for certain PvP battles. So if there was, I don't think there's a steel type rocket. If there was, it would be really good against that. Fire type rockets, it would be really good against. If you can get the fast spammy dirt moves in before they can murder you with fire. Flying type with the secondary rock attack would work really well. Ice, same exact thing with secondary rock attack. So like it's definitely got a lot of different uses, I would say, but it's not the easiest Pokemon to find. Like I have not caught a ton of Excadrills in my own endeavors.
I'm gonna see what I have here. That'd be other Pokemon. Nope, I didn't spell it right. I don't have any Excadrills available right this second. Let me go to my... No, not Pokemon. Pokédex. That's what I want. Pokédex, but I can't search. So what is it Sinnoh? What is Excadrill?
I don't know what region it comes from.
You are a failure to fill in.
Yeah, I don't have the Pokedex memorized for every region and what falls in what region, except for maybe the first 2.
Well, actually, you're a perfect fill in for Joe because he doesn't either, and I always want him to tell me every Pokedex entry there.
Phil has a book upstairs that's like an encyclopedia of Pokemon, so I probably should have brought it down, and then I could have flipped through the pages to find it.
Isn't that Drillbur? And Drillbur?
Yes, Drillbur turns into Excadrill.
How do I not have an Excadrill? Did I not evolve my Drillbur? Because I don't even have Drillburs right now, so I must have just candied them all.
Yeah,
got rid of them.
I have found that I have done that quite a few times, where I catch a bunch of a garbage type Pokemon. I've never evolved it before, and then I just like candied them all, and I was like, ah, crap. I never actually evolved one of those. I need to do that at some point.
I know I did it. Actually, I can't remember. I think I caught an Excadrill like in a while before I got the Drillbur. You know what, Thunder Muffin? You get out of here with that Slurpee nonsense. I got 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 3 weeks, whatever it is, till the 22nd, and then I'll be going up to Tennessee, and I'll be getting my Slurpees. So... But all right, we're talking about the experiences of the week. This is Dennis. Everybody's popping into the live chat. Dennis is one of the hosts of Botch, the D&D podcast. Not family friendly, even if you're my family.
Not safe for work.
Not safe for work, even if you work for me. It is very funny. It hits you in the face with that kind of big mouth. It reminds me of the big mouth humor on Netflix. That TV, that cartoon Kroll. That kind of humor. But he got a fish on his head, so the Magicarp was going to help him keep it PG-13. And I think Terry Wolf, Terry, he posted this on April 1st in our Discord, and that is through patreon.com/Pokemon GO Podcast. You can join the the support family there and be in our Discord is awesome. But he put in an in the wild Kecleon. And the fact that Joe's not here to tell me if it's been in the wild or not, I don't know crap about Kecleon other than I haven't seen this big Mexican lizard before.
It's because it's not in the game.
Okay. And the fact that he posted on April 1st, like nobody even bit. Nobody even went, oh, really? Nothing. Nobody even jumped on us. Like, we got some smart people in our group.
I think it's the only Pokemon that hasn't been released from, I think, Gen 2 or 3, if I recall correctly. Like, literally everybody's waiting for, like, why is this? It's not even like there's nothing special about this Pokemon. Why haven't they released it yet? Kind of thing. So, yeah. So
Terry got a Hundo Rockruff. Duly noted who is here tonight. Charles, no, I am not going to play the game for the Flower Crown everything week.
There is some good news with the Flower Crown thing, though.
What?
You can actually evolve the dumb things.
You light them on fire?
Well, there's that. But the problem with costumes is that you can't evolve them.
True.
Like, you'd get those Togepi's or whatever. Togepi's. And then you could never evolve them. Like Togekiss that it evolves to is really, really good, but it's a waste of time if you get this little egg Pokemon that you can't do anything with. So with this next event, they're making it so you can evolve your Togekiss, like your Togepi, all the way to Togekiss, Flower Crown or otherwise, which is good, I think. And it's been suggested on different YouTube channels, like either make it so you can evolve the costume all the way through, or make it like the Furfrou where you could just pay dust and candy and just get rid of the dumb costume. And then you can do, whatever you want with it. Because it does kind of stink if they release a costumed Pokemon and you get a really good one, and then you can't do anything with it.
Apparently, the crowns weren't like the costumes. Dooley says that they could do it previously. I hate that they did Eevee, Flower Crown Eevee in the boxes for like 3 months. It was just so I'm just burned out. I'll listen to more Nickelback before I want to see it, a Flower Crown Eevee.
Yeah, no, the Flower Crown for Eevee works, but it doesn't work for Togepi.
Oh, well, now it might. Who knows?
It does now. Yeah, it will.
So Dooley got a Ditto. There you go. So
nice.
Rose it in. Sneasel. And let's see. That's Sligoo. A Sligoo, not a Slugma like I thought it was. Dooley also got a. Is that shiny? I think you got a shiny. What is it when you raid and get them? I can't.
One of the ones you raid and get them.
What are they called? They're not poison. What the purple? You're not
Shadow?
good for your Joe. Joe's my brain, man.
I don't know what you.
When you raid Shadow,
purple.
Thank you.
Yeah, Shadow.
Shadow
Okay.
shiny. Did you say that?
You don't raid for shadows.
Did I say raid?
Yes, you did.
I meant raid. Dooley, no, he got almost 100 Latias. Lugia, man, Dooley's got a bunch of this stuff. Kittens and Knives actually did tag back to Terry and said this can't be real, which it wasn't. Dooley got a second Latias. Kittens and Knives got a shiny Thundurus. Yeah, I know a lot of times this is on the screen. I didn't work it out in time. It's a lot of last minute setup. So don't even start talking about technical difficulties. It wasn't difficulties. It was I didn't wanna. You know what Kurt says? Who's it? Oh, Dooley says you should have brought me on the show. I tell you, Dennis is an okay Joe. He is. He's an okay Joe, but he also is a good dude that I have the phone number for. So as soon as Joe texts me, I can just tell Siri to call him, and he'll answer. So that's how that basically worked out. Kittens and Knives got a shiny Thundurus and a shiny Aerodactyl. Man, all the shinies.
Oh.
Terry got a shiny Judge Drudge. Posty one got this is usually the shiny cast, right? We just run down the shiny stuff here. Everybody loves to show me all their shinies.
Sure.
And they're pretty.
I sent you mine.
That's a whole different picture you sent.
Well, yeah. I thought you said PG-13, Charles. Come on.
I did. Posty one Kenobi has a shiny Thundurus, shiny Pikachu, Jigglypuff, and Drifloon this week. The king of the shinies, Nolte. Nolte got, this is just a taste. Shiny all these are shinies, by the way. Natu, Hoot, Magnemite, Spinarak, 2 Thunduruses, Machina Phoebus, another Hoot Hoot, Magicarp, Grimer Cottony, more Magikarp, Caterpie, 2 Dittos, and a Ghastly. That's all in 1 week. Nolte is truly the king of the shinies. It is crazy that way. What's your shiny count at, Dennis?
My different type of shinies or total shinies?
I don't know.
Because I've deleted a lot of shinies.
How do you play this game again? Probably your badge. I guess everybody who does this kind of things.
Currently in my bags, I have 524 shinies, but they're not.
Holy cow!
But I mean, they're not because community days, you're going to catch a whole bunch of shinies, So just looking at it, I have 8 Aeolin Sandshrews and 8 of the regular Sandshrews just close to the top of the bag.
What's your full storage capacity?
My full storage capacity is 4,050.
What's
I have
max
3
in the game.
I think it's close to 6,000, if I remember right.
Wow.
Somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000. I have a survey app that I use where basically it asks me 3 questions and then it puts money in my Google Play account. And then I just wait until it accumulates and then buy Pokemon Go stuff that way. So I don't actually have to spend money.
I get that.
Yeah, most of the time I lie because if I go to the grocery store, it's like, hey, did you go to Arby's recently? Because it's right there. I'm like, yeah, I absolutely did. I'm like, all right, did you make a purchase? Uh-huh. Do you have your receipt? No, not this time. Okay, well, here's 50 cents for answering these questions. Thanks.
That is, it not only works on Android, I believe. That doesn't work
probably
for iPhone.
Because it's better.
What? All right, here's our discussion of the week. What would you add to the game to make your team affiliation more meaningful? And you said, Dennis, you already have an answer.
I do have at least one idea, and that would be if either once a day you could normally every day you can battle your team leaders for some arbitrary one time only reward every day. But what if you could also catch a particular type of Pokemon related to that team leader once per day? Maybe not necessarily a legendary, but let's say similar to the PvP battle pool, there's 10 different Pokemon you could get. And obviously the rare ones would be a fire legendary or an ice legendary or a electric legendary, that type of thing. I think that'd be kind of cool and have it be a challenging battle.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. You could do it that way.
I like that. I know at one point they did, they being Niantic did, where if you own the gym as a Valor or as whatever, but yeah, I'm Valor because that's the only one that matters. As Valor, if you own the gym, then when you raided that gym, you would get bonus balls.
You get bonus balls. It's still that way. Yeah.
I'd like to see it. Okay, you get 3 to 4 or 5 of the same affiliation in a raid. Now your strength percentage goes up. You don't have to be friends because I know you get the buddy boost or whatever.
Sure.
Not buddy, that's a different thing, but you get that friendship boost. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about straight up just if I go to raid and there's 4 Valor in there, the Valor team will get a 10% strength boost or whatever.
Okay. They do give bonus balls for which team does the most damage in a raid.
Yeah, but that doesn't help in the raid.
Yeah, it doesn't help in the raid itself. You're right. No. So that would be another little bonus thing you could do.
I do have, I was going to save it to the end, but I'll probably forget it at the end and we'll run out of time. So I'm going to do it now because I saw the name.
Sure.
Tortugas Rose 27 is a new Patreon of ours. Woo! Wait. I got it.
Yep.
There we go. He can't be here tonight, but he can be here.
Yep.
So thank you, Tugas, for embracing the casual and not the underscore and being on my team for that pledge. We definitely appreciate you for that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you get for team affiliation in the main games. So I don't really have anything to compare to. But, yeah, it really doesn't matter other than on the show some fun banter of me and Joe going back and forth about he's Mystic and I'm Valor, and Valor's just violent and Mystic's just, money grubby land grabbers. And we both agree that whatever the yellow team is called is dumb. So, that's all. I mean, it's just good for entertainment value. Is really there. Kids and Knives says live in the chat, which if you'd like to join the chat, we are live on twitch.tv/Pokemon GO Podcast on Thursday nights at, again, get the right time, 8 p.m. Eastern, because I almost said 9:30 because I saw Kurt's message up there earlier. And that's the next show I do. But Kittens and Knives here live says if the team choice is based on your play style and there was a bonus or incentive for the team. So PvP players could all choose yellow or whatever, why. And then there is maybe a Stardust bonus for that team. Blue could be raids and be a different type of bonus and so on. Yeah, okay. You know, basically
it's
saying
betting. Interesting.
If you're, I don't know how you dial it down to what team affiliation does more, but I like it. Like you get a bonus in raids just because you're Mystic. But if I were a PvP player, I'd want to be Instinct because I'd get more bonuses there. That's actually, I think, a decent idea. On reddit.com/r/Pokemon Go Podcast, we got one answer. This is by Moose347. Global and or local length of gym ownership by team over X amount of days, weeks, months, etc., with real-time updates. Bonuses if your team is winning or for your personal contribution in case your team Mystic and can never beat a Team Valor. So they're saying that basically owning gym ownership either locally or globally over a certain amount of days and you start man, wouldn't that be cool, Dennis? Because we've told this story on the show multiple times, I think, that this is the Dennis. This is the Dennis that had somebody get kidnapped and held hostage in a gym for 2 months, 90 days. It was
currently I have a Pokemon in the gym for 30 days, 1 hour and 55 minutes.
And that's right now. But
now.
What was your
longest?
Time?
It was a few months, if I recall correctly.
I think it was like 2 to 3 months.
It's just, and it was some random know-nothing town that I happened to be driving through, and I was like, oh, yeah, there's a red gym in here. I'll plop it in there. And then it took forever for that thing. So I actually had a proposal. Now, Niantic would never want to do it because they don't like giving people free gold or coins. But like when midnight hits, if you have any Pokemon in gyms and you haven't hit your gold limit, you would receive whatever you would have received if the Pokemon did get knocked out at that point. So like if you would have received 50 coins at midnight, you'd still get 50 coins. And then the next day, if your Pokemon is still in the gym at midnight, you get 50 coins.
I like
and
it.
Like you'd always at least, so like if you get a Pokemon that's stuck in gyms, because like the way it used to work was you'd put your Pokemon in the gyms, and you try and get 10 gyms, and then you hit collect, and then you get 100 coins.
Sure.
And so when they announced the changes, I assumed that you could still get coins every day. So I put a Pokemon in the gym, went to Nerdtacular, and for that entire week, my Pokemon sat in that gym, and I couldn't get any coins. And I was like, well, this seems like a complete waste. I don't get anything unless I get kicked out.
And at 8 hours, I think it's 8 hours, you max out on what you're going to earn in that gym.
Yeah. So if you just put Pokemon in a bunch of gyms, which I typically do on community day when I'm walking around, because there's so many gyms on the route that I walk that there are usually open gyms. I'll plop like 6-7 Pokemon in there. They'll get knocked out after a couple hours, but 6 or 7 Pokemon getting knocked out after an hour is usually up to around 50 gold. So
yeah, I'm seeing your. Oh, you know what, Kurt? It's because I added a Stream Elements bot in, and I don't know why it is trying to fight you. I wonder if none of the titles. No, Tortugas's title went in. I didn't mean to add in a Stream bot. We'll fix it next week. So again, Kurt's here. Joe is out, and that's why it looks different. That's why it's set up different. It's just because I kind of pieced it together today and did some updates, and I thought, oh sure, why not? Streambot, or not Streambot, but Streamlabs is. So I was like, oh, I can put some fancy stuff. I didn't have any time to put fancy stuff on. It's very cut and paste, glued on tonight, and it is now giving Kurt grief because he tried to submit. But Nightbot got it, Kurt, so it doesn't matter. He did get it. But he did submit. You'll appreciate this. 10 gyms equals a big gym.
Yeah.
So
I saw.
yeah. So that's a botched. Well, I mean, it's a number of communities, but botched reference there.
Say, what community is he not in?
Yeah, right. uh, I going back to that whole Valor Mystic. We got some more responses to get to here, but
Sure.
I think some kind of gym, like you said, implement what you said. Okay, if it's instinct, you get an extra 5 coins, or extra 50 coins. If you're mystic for holding the gym for a day, if you're a mystic, you get something different. And if you're Valor, it gets reset every day or something. I mean, there's something there that they could do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of things. But on Spotify, so if you listen to this podcast on Spotify, we got a lot of answers here on Spotify. Zach, man, hit us up every week, man. I'm putting out a question with the anchor post, and our people on Spotify are responding back. I need to listen to this show or any show on Spotify. I don't know how to interact. So I want to see it from my side, but obviously it does really well. Zach, man, says having zones, kind of like Ingress, I guess, would be pretty nifty. The more gems controlled and connected in an area, the more or better item stops and gems in those areas would give you. That's a good answer.
Interesting.
That would be more like they already do that with Ingress, and that would give you a reason to have gang territories. Like, oh, this part of town's all Valor, man. That part of town's all still Valor because we win all the gems. But that's how that goes. B, just the letter B. B says extra balls after raids. If your friends are on the same team as you, gifts from them will be better.
Okay.
Blame Jamal. All right, Jamal. It's your fault. Blame Jamal says, I want Niantic to bring back the bonuses for raids when the gem is the same color as your team. I get why they took it away.
Was in there.
It was, but apparently, I guess they took it away.
I guess they took it out. I don't raid enough to pay attention to it, I guess.
Now, Dennis and I were doing some Dragon Con talk before the show, and we're all starting to get ramped up into it. And one of the major things we say at Dragon Con, especially on the digital media track, is when you ask a question, promote yourself. Hey, this is so-and-so from so-and-so. Blame Jamal knocked this out of the park. I'm going to finish his response. I get why they took it away, but it made it matter what team you're on. And he signs off, Jamal Wayspotters Podcast.
Nice.
Way to go, Jamal. I'll go check that out. I probably won't. I'll probably forget, but it's not intentional. Feel free to answer more questions and sign off Jamal Wayspotters Podcast. And at some point, I will listen to it. I just forget. Dennis and I, at the beginning of the show, I was giving him grief about he didn't listen to the show. And I listen to some podcasts, depending on what I'm doing, but I'm trying to read more books, and that's through Audible. And, man, I got a book the other day. It's like 50 freaking hours long.
Wow.
So it's going to take forever for me to get through it. So even though I'm in the car all the time, I'll try to listen to your Blame Jamal podcast. Now, if you don't somehow give me a topic to blame you for on that podcast, I'm going to be highly disappointed. Joseph McFarland says, dunno, but just want to let you know we listen. That's great, Joseph. Thank you. And then our number one fan of Pokemon GO Podcast. In fact, I believe it is they're doing that a competitive Pokemon podcast is going away by Salt and Gnar. I think our number one fan, Pokemon Master, took out Salt and Gnar, leaving us yet again the number one Pokemon GO podcast in the world. Yes, I'd love to join the show. Oh my God! So that's definitely a playback to. I was giving Joe grief last week and tell him to get off my. What's ironic is I told him to get off my show. I was going to hire Pokemon Master to be in. And then Joe this morning was like, yeah, I can't be on the show. I just put two together.
He's poisoned
there.
Obviously.
Joe. So is he poisoned or he just doesn't understand how entertainment works and we just make jokes?
It could be that too.
So I'm going to give you the honor, Dennis, and you don't have to do it now. If you think of it later, it's fine. But the what question for discussion would you like to ask? Because you don't really get to be on the show, have your voice on the show very often. Is there something that you would like the community to discuss? And while you think about it, do you have an answer now? Or you want to think about it?
You probably already have you done a question about community days?
Like which
like if there was one Pokemon you'd like to see in a community day this year, which one would it be?
I don't know if we've done it for this year. I think we've done it previous year, so there's a good one. So let me open the notes. What one single Pokemon
Axu. I finally caught my first one through an egg. Well, I think you can only catch them through eggs, but I finally got my first one last week or the week before that, I think.
I don't remember. I don't think I've had one yet. All right. Well, apparently Kittens and Knives has a ton. That's right. Kittens and Knives is going to save some for me, I think. All right. But now it is time for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
By the way, are we going to talk about Community Day this weekend?
Is it this coming weekend?
There is another community. There's a Swampert Community Day.
Oh, yeah. No, we meant, yeah. We'll talk about whatever. I don't care.
All right.
I'm trying to see if it's in the notes at all. Stop. I'm not even on the link, for crying out loud. It might be. If it's not under, there's one about April Community Day meetups. So if it's not talking about that, then we'll talk about it then. Got it. All right. Marker back in. Oh, I didn't even pick out music. That is a staple of the show, not picking out music while I run my mouth instead. I don't know. I don't have any music. I didn't pick it out. We're back. I can't find my buttons. I'm all flustered. I got a Magicarp in my face, and we all know. I don't know why New England came out.
Splash is super effective on a soundboard.
We all remember Magicarp Gate of 2016, 17. It was when this game came out, and you had to walk Magicarp 400 kilometers, and it was so hard. It was so difficult. So you just triggered me a little bit, Dennis. And I noticed my ADD is kicking in because you're missing a guitar pick behind you as a sound thing. It's just not in the hole anymore. Why did you break your studio, Dennis?
What are you talking about? Guitar pick. What are you talking about?
The red is missing at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, because Phil threw a bag of gummy bears at it, and it knocked it off. So, like...
Oh, man, I am dying over here. You know what?
I tried.
You failed.
I did. Okay. Failed horribly, but that's fine.
I don't think this is it. Nope, that is not it. It's Take me to church, my brother Fillery. I have brought this Magicarp on today because he can do a better show than you. And quit breaking his studio. Now pass the plate and pray for me, brother. Take me to church. Not my best bet, but we'll move on. So, all right. Under the Lights, Salazzle, and wait a minute now. We have to say this next name very carefully. Salandit. Salazzle, and that's how it's typed out. Salandit.
Sure. I
mean, I slur my words, and I get really southern sometimes. And if I say that word way too fast, we're going to get canceled by the internet. I don't even want to read that again. So what is this? Now it's something about PvP analysis here. Oh, let me put the link in the
that
chat
Pokemon is a new one that was released with the Rocket event. You can only get it, to my understanding, in 12K eggs, but you can only evolve it if you have the female version. And it's the rarest tier of Pokemon in 12K eggs. So it's like, it's already going to be hard to catch it. And then when you do catch it, you need, I think it's like 50 candy. And then it also has to be a female. But it's not very good in PvP.
All right, well, here's the rundown.
It's too squishy
for PvP. Salazzle will hit great in Ultra Leagues as an immediately viable new option for those lucky enough to hatch a female Salandit from 12K eggs. I'm so not wanting to say this anymore. In the near-term future, and get a ton of candy for it, with a truly one-of-a-kind typing and move combinations that allow it to pick on a wide swath of several metas. Azumarill, Charmers, Grasses, Ices, Steels, Fighters, and many more fall before Salazzle. See below.
Yeah.
Now I can only think of
it's
Laverne
a glass
Shirley.
cannon. It does a lot of damage, but it dies really fast. So if you get a bad type matchup, you are going to have a bad time.
Yeah, and there's a big breakdown here. The links are in the show notes, and I did paste it there in the live chat. If everyone's looking at it, it's just a lot of stuff going on there. And I mean, Joe and I are bluntly honest. We just don't get gripped by PvP, so we're not our PvP analysis kind of guys. triple locked, Kitten says. That's just dumb.
But, well, so it's kind of funny that Salazzle has been put here since it's a poison fire type, because one of the Pokemon that would absolutely destroy it has a community day this weekend.
And that would be
Swampert. Or Mudkip, technically, yeah. So it's one of those. So they're doing that, and we could get into it later. But yeah, they're doing another one of those bonus community days where it's like community day throwback or whatever. It's 3 hours, just like the Bulbasaur event. And for those of you who do PvP or PvE, catch as many as you can, because this is a broken Pokemon.
Aren't they all basically broken?
No, this one is, so the mega version of this is better than the mega version of Kyogre. So it's better than a mega legendary. So Mega Swampert's nuts, but in the Great League, it's ranked number 12. In the Ultra League, it's ranked number 6. So yeah, it's a pretty insane Pokemon. Apparently
I've candied all my Swamperts as well. Because ultimately I hit these points in time where I'm like, why am I scrolling past 400 Pokemon that I really only care about the last 50? I mean, I care about some of the ones that look cool, some of the shinies that were hard to get, some of the legendaries that were hard to get. And I have some strong Pokemon that do the raids that I get invited to. So I definitely want to keep an array of Pokemon. But I'm the filthy casual. I don't need to scroll past 430 Pokemon to get to the 50 or 70 that I like or want. So I do go through and just clean house from time to time.
They got filters in there, Charles.
I like it straight out of the cigarette pouch. I don't have a joke for that. Here's our next headline right there going into the chat. Giovanni and Team Go Rocket Leader lineup. This is a graphic by Legends of Lima. And this is very handy because it never fails that when I'm like, oh, here's a Team Rocket person. And it's not just Team Rocket, it's one of the leaders, right? I got to go, oh, crap. Who do they have? Okay, I lost. Awesome. Google, Sierra, and this set. And then, boom, it'll tell me who to take in. Because I don't remember all the counters and all that stuff. Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, honestly, we were joking earlier about how I try to make Joe to remember every Pokemon in every form there is. And while there are people out there that do that, it ain't us. And it's definitely not me, but it's a lot. If you can remember all this stuff, that's really impressive to a point. So I say to a point because also there's other information you can store instead of that, but it makes you happy. It makes you happy.
Yeah.
And who cares what my address
I usually use the same team against all 3 leaders, and they just have a good sort of mix of typings, also super fast charge moves, so you can get through the double shields real fast. So I always lead with my Garchomp with the Sand Tomb, lower the defenses, and then if the next Pokemon that comes in is a bad matchup, just switch to something else in my lineup that's good. So I typically run Garchomp, Machamp, and then something else like a Swampert or something like that. Usually that covers all my bases.
Okay. I know Joe tends to just take Machamps in and just punch him in the face really fast.
Yeah.
But this breakdown, Cliff is going to have Cubone as reward. Sierra's going to have Drowsy as reward. Arlo has the Angry Eggs. And Giovanni has a Latias. However, there's late-breaking news right here. Kittens and Knives says, do not catch the Shadow Latias. It's not worth it.
Unless you're trying to add it for collection purposes, it's not really any reason to, because Latias doesn't hit very hard and it's not tanky anyways, so it doesn't really have a usefulness. Its typing's just not. There are way better other Pokemon out there for any particular purpose, and you can save your big rocket radars for maybe a Shadow Mewtwo down the road, or he said Shadow Raikou. That one works too. There possibly other ones that might come out that are better. It's the same with I'm almost to the point where I can get my Apex Shadow Lugia. Don't purify those, even though you do get a good an upgrade to your move for purifying. It's still not worth it because the DPS is better on the Shadow version, but it's, even then, Lugia is not a terribly great play in PvE. It's pretty good for PvP, but
There you go. Who knew that your third stepfather would give you great advice on Pokemon? Another infographic going on here. Let me click on it and get the link. And I'm sure had I given Dennis access, he would be very helpful with this. I just didn't do it because
That's all right.
I don't want to. That's it. All hands rocket retreat. Man, why they keep throwing this word at me? Salandit debut. I'm sure
Salandit.
Salandit.
And Salazzle.
Hey, he jumped that. He jumped that in their four-wheeler and he landed it.
That event wraps up in a few hours.
Yeah, I haven't done hardly anything on it, I don't think. Finish special research story and use a super rocket radar to get the Shadow Latias, which we were just saying, The 12K egg, which I don't think I have any of, because you get those from Team Rocket, right? I don't think I've fought any
the
Team
leaders.
Rockets. Oh, yeah, I definitely haven't fought any leaders this week. Yeah, oh, you're right. Only female Salandit can evolve, and it says 50 candies will do that. Yeah. It looks cool. It looks very evil and dark and something that
100%
that he would have.
And I would say of the leaders, if anybody does care about PvP stuff, or just like with the last set of leaders, everybody knew you go for Arlo because you get the Shadow, the dragon type Pokemon. That's insane for most things. But for this, they've rotated the Pokemon. So now if you're wondering, well, which of these three should I catch? The answer is the Drowsy, because Shadow Hypno is actually pretty decent in PvP. None of the three really have any play in PvE or PvP outside of that. So that's what I would go with. And
the event's basically over. By the time
but that'll probably still be the rotation for the leaders for a while. Probably would be my guess.
All right, Pokemon Go Man, it's the hat. It's
Safari.
All the
Stay with me. Safari. Safaris. You got it.
Awesome.
Nailed it.
What am I saying? I said what you said.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a trauma of walking that stupid Magikarp for 5,000 miles to then have a Magikarp day 3 days after I got it to 400 candies. And it was raining Magikarp. It just was so tragic. I hated it. We did Magikarp Watch whatever year it was.
I was happy about that event because I didn't have a shiny Magikarp at that point.
Well, I got shiny. I was happy about getting shiny, but it was just every week was an update with me and Joe of I've gotten this many more kilometers. So I'm dragging them behind me. And
I need to admit something to you and to your audience, Charles.
That you don't know who Brian Databit is?
No, I do know. I've met him. We've made fun of you together in person in Utah. So I kind of sort of cheat when it comes to eggs in Pokemon Go. I have a walker. I have a little it's like a little thing that sways back and forth. I put my spare phone in it, and that's how I hatch big eggs, basically. Because if it's cold, I'm not going for long walks or anything like that. When it gets warm out, I'll walk for 20, 30 kilometers. But usually by the end of the week, I have 230 kilometers walked because of that little device that's in the kitchen.
that is so 1% of you to have a spare cell phone and electronic walker just to get eggs. Just to get. I'm so disappointed. I know you, I think.
Well, I switched phone plans, and this phone doesn't fit in the walker. So it worked out. So the other one's only on Wi-Fi, so that works just fine.
All right. Well, Safari Zone, Seville. Additional details are revealed. Yeah, we still can't go. Seville, Spain. It's going to be May 13th and May 15th. It's one of the major areas that you can get together and do a Safari Zone this year. Not the Go Fest, which I was surprised by. They're not doing Go Fest in Chicago, but they are doing a few Safari Zones. And what did they update? This says additional details revealed. Check the event pages for you're gonna make me click more? That's so
click a thing to click a thing.
All right, there'll be plenty of on-site attractions, takeaway scenic area snapshots. There's no global gameplay component for this live event, so it's just for Seville, Spain. And then there's a video, which I am not going to click on. Of course, you can meet and greet with Pikachu and Eevee, get official merch. It says meet us with your favorite creators, but I'm not going to be there, so that's a lie.
It's fair.
Battle.
I know Trainer Club's going to be there because he's always at every event.
Is he? It just seems like with a massive amount of creators that were on Twitter says, I'm quitting this game, and the hashtag Heroes Niantic and all that other stuff. Yeah. Not necessarily mocking the hashtag, but a little bit because, did they hear us? I don't feel like it. And did they really quit the game? I don't know.
Well,
but I
most
never
creators that I watched didn't say they were quitting. They said that they weren't going to pay for anything anymore. And so Pokedaxi, for instance, is a guy that I watch, and he doesn't pay for anything. Like, he didn't pay for his Johto Tour ticket, which is how I figured out it's a crock, because he barely got less than his mother did, and she paid the $12. So, I think a bunch of people said they weren't going to pay for things anymore unless the stuff got changed. And then, they changed the stop distance back, and, but they did mess with the incense. And then they're messing with Community Day. So they're not really gaining a whole lot of positive support from people lately, regardless of how many random shinies that they put at events that are scattered around the globe.
This is how you know where Kittens and Knives lives, which is Marietta, which is close to me. It's about 45 minutes away, which is a part of Atlanta, right? The walking thingy, you can put it in a tube sock. Now I'm going to infer where they between and. Yeah, there's space before and after the word and. And this is what you have to read into this when he says tube sock. You put your phone in a tube sock, tie it to the ceiling fan, and spin it around. That works too. And I
still have the sock that I was using for that.
You know what I like to do? I like to be like Mr. Tambourine, Alabama. You know what I like to do? I like to turn my screen door porch and let the wind just blow the screen door open and close all day long. Bam, bam, bam. And I walk like 5K kilometers every day.
Problem with the tube sock is that I need two hands to type, and I can't be bouncing the tube sock over here and typing at the same time. So I bought the walker for like $10 or $15, whatever it was.
You buy it, plug it in, you buy it, and you swing it while you're typing like a
that's exactly right.
What has this show become? We've got to go.
Chaos.
Spring into spring with Pokemon Go. Yet another kind of empty announcement here. Tuesday, April 12th at 10 a.m. to Monday, April 18th, we're going to have Spring in the Spring events, which have Togetic with the Flower Crown, Togekiss with the Flower Crown, Lopunny with the Flower Crown. I don't give a crap about any of that. If y'all invite me to raids for these, I am not coming. I'm just telling you right now. I'm not doing it.
I'm only sending you raid invites for those. That's it.
Tapu Bulu. I'll take a Tapu Bulu.
Yeah.
It looks like if he slept in your shoe, you'd get a toe ripped off.
Yeah. They also added some egg stuff too. So the 2K eggs can be some good stuff, like a Munchlax and a Hoppany.
Wild Encounters. Wild Encounters. I'm trying to see where they list out there. There you go. This Pichu wearing a flyer crown.
Yep.
Igglybuff, Azrael, and Munchlax. I still don't have a Munchlax. I'd love to get a Munchlax.
What?
Yeah.
I got like 15 of those. I could give you one.
I don't think I have a Munchlax, but yeah, bring in a Dragon Con. I'm good.
Okay.
Happiny with the flower crown, Togepi with the flower crown, Execute with no crown because there's angry little egglings.
It's already an angry egg. You can't see anything.
Then you get at the top tier is Chingling, which is great, and a potentially shiny Riolu, which is also great.
I do have a shiny Riolu actually that I got from an egg.
I think I might have a shiny Riolu. I do try to avoid getting rid of any of my shinies unless they're multiples. Like I'll just keep one of them.
Yeah. The Community Day ones I usually will delete like down to 10. Like I'll keep 10 shinies and delete the rest because they just take up space in there. So whatever. It
says, I believe this is a mistype. It says if you're lucky, you might encounter the following Chansey wearing a flower crown. The mistype is if you are in hell, you might meet Chansey wearing a flower crown because this is my hell. Where's Constantine to get me out of here?
Why don't you want Chansey to take care of you with her big, soft, squishy body?
It's because flower crowns are dumb. I mean,
Charles,
most of the
for Dragon Con, I'm going to build you a Chansey flower crown cosplay for you to wear.
You'll get me banned. You'll get me banned from Dragon Con because I'll physically punch you in the face, and that is not something you
I won't
can do
be there. I'll deliver it via drone.
Okay. Well, at least I can be violent to the drone and I get kicked out of Dragon Con.
Exactly.
That's so. I mean, my motto is still always free is free. I am really triggered by all the flower crowds. I'd love to say it's a bit, but it's really not. I saw so much of that stupid Eevee, dirty hippie Eevee flower crown crap. Even now I have a regular Eevee on my screen. It makes me angry. So I don't want to see you on my screen. You get shoved down my throat. I don't like it. It's
so
like
you just don't like flowers. You don't like pretty things. I got it.
I like you, okay?
Yeah. Like
no,
a dirt flower.
Right, yeah. But it's like if you ever have food poisoning, Dennis?
No, baby.
Well, that's not a very direct answer, politician. Thank you.
I don't know if I have had food poisoning. I never got tested for it.
Well, you don't. It's not like COVID. You don't get tested
I don't know.
for food poisoning. You puke your brains out on a basic schedule, like every 30 minutes for 24 hours. You look back, and go, I had food poisoning.
Unless you count sugar-free horrible gummy bears, but that's the other hole.
That makes everybody throw it. That's just poison.
That's the other way.
Yeah, well, that's true too. But that's no. My whole point that was grossed out all the children in the car listening is, when you've eaten something and you know specifically you got I probably shouldn't have eaten that 4-day-old sushi, right? Sure. Basically, so I won't go into gory details. I went up to somewhere in North Carolina to do a show with my buddy, our morning Mon, and we did this radio thing late at night, and it was really cool. And I was exhausted, and we went to Denny's, and I ate like their Denver omelet or whatever they have. And within a few hours, I was not a happy camper, and I did not get any sleep that night. And for
you went to Denny's.
Years, well,
that's your problem.
That was the problem. This was pre-COVID, and yet the area we're in acted like we were in post-COVID, and everything was shut down at like 9:00 at night. And they didn't believe in Waffle Houses up there. Take me to church. You need a Waffle House. Jesus ate at a Waffle House.
Never been to Waffle House.
Oh,
in my life.
Dennis, we'll fix that when you come in December, not December, in September. I mixed Dragon Con in September. It's now December. That's what I mean. Anyway, I didn't eat eggs for like 3 years after that. Like any kind of eggs. Instantly made my whole body go, no, we're good. And so that's how flower crowns are for me as well.
So it's association.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I don't think I hate Eevees by nature. I don't think I hate flowers by nature. I just hate dirty hippie flower crown Eevee and all its cousins. April Community Day meetups are coming in selected cities. Okay, so we have some Community Day meetups, and it looks like your closest one is either New York or Washington.
Yeah, I'm good.
I figured as much. My closest one is Atlanta. That's also Joe's closest. Well, Joe, Evansville. That's such a weird town. Okay, wait. It's in Owensboro, not even Evansville, not Louisville, Kentucky. It's in a small town called Owensboro, Kentucky, is having one of the meetups. Alabama is getting none because, Alabama sucks. So now these are different colors. I'm going to have to figure out what the different colors are because Jacksonville's got one of each color, an orange and a blue. So blue. Yellow is in-person community day meetups, which is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the link that I did just put into our chat. Did I? I did. And it'll be in our show notes as well. It is an interactive map, so you can look up where you are in the world and see. So yellow's in person, and downtown Jacksonville will have that from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And Atlanta looks like we'll have that as well. Yeah, Atlanta is the yellow. Savannah, which is 4 hours away from me, but, a fun time, honestly. It's a good time at the beach, is blue. And blue, trainers receive more items every time they spin a stop. That would work for you if you had that in Gettysburg, but you do not. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, no, I take a nice 10-mile walk through the battlefields where there's like 8 million Pokestops. And yeah, I don't need to go driving 3 hours to go catch Pokemon with people I don't know anyways.
Chicago has both as well. Aurora basically will have the trainers one, and basically Lincoln Park. I mean, not literally. Oh wait. Oh, I zoomed in. Oh, Maggie Daly Park and Millennium Park will have one of each. So you literally can just go to the park in Chicago, close to where Go Fest usually is, and get both. Let me scroll into Atlanta and see if it has one of each, or if it's just the. That's what makes you decide how to do this, Niantic. What? Atlanta is as good as Chicago, and I'll cut you if you say different. Atlanta is as good as Chicago. Why are we
Chicago's
only getting one
pizza.
and have to go to the coast to get the other one? I don't understand why it's just like, oh man, the Midwest got nothing. Like,
isn't there something special about Chicago with Niantic anyways? I mean, that's where they do Go Fest. So I feel like, is there like headquarters there or something?
I don't know. I feel like they have mob ties, and that's where all their money really came from, and Hanky just can't get free. That's why he does the Flower Crown Eevees, because some mob boss's wife just thought it was pretty. So I don't know.
No,
it's Barry.
Their headquarters are in San Fran,
so
I don't know.
Barry Folk runs the world. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And Barry's in Chicago, so if he goes, hey, I want it, he gets it. So Barry, hook us up in Atlanta, man. And Thunder Muffin, bring me some Slurpees when you come to Atlanta. Kids and I says, this is totally off topic. I'm taking my daughter to the county fair tomorrow, and the last time we were there, she played a game where you throw darts at balloons and won me a big stuffed Jigglypuff. I'm hoping she can win me. I'm hoping she can win me an Eevee, maybe a Flower Crowd Eevee tomorrow. Really just trying to get you to give her a shout out on the cast. Well, Avi, I'd say Avi. But it is the
chat. I didn't get an answer. I was like, is it
Avi
or Avi?
Yeah.
Not
sure. Avi is her
Avi.
name. There it is at the bottom. So how old is Avi? Because we'll definitely give some more shout outs. She's watching it right now. She's going to go nuts. Well, Avi, like Ivy. That's how in the deep South where I was born. That's how it'd be. Ivy, you going to win your daddy? A Flower Crown Dirty Hippie Eevee? 8 years old. My daughter is just about to turn 9, so they're actually close. Maybe we can do a play date where the dads can play Pokemon and the daughters can just shuffle off and keep themselves entertained for a while. But AV, is that you know? AV? All right. You really were a geek in high school. That's okay. But happy County Fair Day tomorrow. But yeah, so look at the interactive map. It is interesting. I don't understand the point of selected cities. I mean, there's massive areas. Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, they don't have anything. Tennessee doesn't have anything. Oklahoma doesn't have anything.
Well, it's probably based on number of players. Like a lot of those states in the middle don't have many. Colorado's weird to me that it wouldn't, but like Montana, Wyoming, the Dakotas, ain't nobody living in those states.
Well, that's not. You're not wrong. North Dakota's got like 5 people in it, but they all work that one oil rig, and that keeps the whole state going. Okay. So, well, I did not mention the Throwback Community Days, but you wanted to talk about Swampert just a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah. So, as I had mentioned, it is one of the best Pokemon in the game at pretty much everything. Like, it's good for Rocket. It's good for gyms, like getting in, not so much the defending part. It's number 12 in the Great League. It's number 6 in the Ultra League, and it's 53 in the Master League. So it's good, like a really, really, really good PvP Pokemon. But then it's also going to be getting a Mega down the line. And Mega Swampert, I think, is supposed to be the best water type attacker in the game. It's going to be even better than Mega Kyogre, which is a legendary Pokemon. So, like, I would advise to catch as many Swamperts as humanly possible, because you need PvP IVs, which is usually 0 attack and high defense and HP for your PvP stuff. And then you need a hundo for, raid stuff and all that jazz. So I recommend catching as many as humanly possible.
Okay. And that's this Saturday.
Sunday.
Right? Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday from 2 to 5 local time.
Local time. Check your local listings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's old.
Way better than the other community day that we're getting later in this month.
No.
That bear's useless.
I don't care. It's new and it's so fluffy.
It is fluffy.
It's a fluffy.
You can catch 2 of them and be done.
Have you? No, you haven't. Have you not heard this show? That's how my community days go. I literally log in sometime after Joe reminds me, hey, dummy, community day started like 2 hours ago. Oh, yeah, thanks, Joe. I spend 10 minutes a game. I'll catch 5 regular, whatever it is, and 2 shinies, and I'm out.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I'll try to get some more Swampert. But, no, I totally disagree because it's new. It's brand new.
Sure.
It's a launch of it. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. I'm down with the idea of putting in new ones. I just wish they'd put in new ones that were useful for anything. Stuff was not useful for anything.
Well,
and it's a 400 candy. So you're going to have to catch a lot in 3 hours to, get enough to,
I'll wipe the Magicarp blood and guts off the last leash that I had, and I'll drag that little fluffy button behind me.
I mean, I'm assuming it's a 1 kilometer walk, but who knows?
By the time I'm done with that little fluffy, it's going to be the stinking bear from Toy Story 3 or 2.
If I could interest you in a swingy device that you just plug in, you could get that fluffy very quickly. Couple weeks.
I feel my cart. Got him. All right, let's see. We got some stuff going on. We got a speak pipe. So other than knowing me personally and getting on the show, you can get on the show by going to PokemonGoPodcast.com, clicking on the speak pipe tab. I believe it's on the right-hand side of the page. And with any kind of device that touches the internet and has a microphone, you can leave your message like Devakate did. And I forget every time. Refresh the page because it's sat here for too long.
I was going through my Pokemon and came across the cast forms, and just looking at them made me just start wondering. I wonder what Charles's thought about the cast form is, and its rather curious shape. Joe, I'm curious, but I think Charles, you're
what you're asking.
A medical background. Maybe you can give us some feedback on what you think. Thanks, guys.
I just started I'll have to die and do it. I just started a Sierra fight. Cast form is that little rain. Yeah. That's an in-person discussion is what that comes down to. That's I don't understand what people are thinking when they make any kind of video game characters look like most of these Pokemon look like in this game. And
just looks like a little doll.
That's all I'm legally allowed to say about that until Joe comes back on the show. So, but thank you, Duosite, for sending that in. And it is something else. Let's see what else we got. I got the speak pipe. We're not going to have the random trivia because, to me, that's Joe's thing. And I don't. It's just, he's only sick. He's not dead.
We could change out the random trivia for a couple tips that might be able to help.
We have a new patron. I did mention it earlier. I want to mention it again. Tugasros27. That's how I sound like I was taking a crap. I apologize. But, it is what it is tonight. You'll be fine. Thank you for joining us. Patreon.com/Pokemon GO Podcast is where you can find us. And it seemed like there was something else, but I think it's because I was so impressed that we had so many different responses on the question. Did you think of a question for discussion, Dennis?
Yeah, I said what would if you could pick something one Pokemon to have a community day for this year, which one would it be?
Away, and you got no sound.
Okay,
Fillery.
I was wondering.
Did Phil stick in and hit that soundboard and mute your microphone?
No.
Oh,
it's on your end, dingus.
It really was. Because
I know it is because I didn't touch it. The soundboard is on the other side of the room. There's no way for me to mute it.
I still blame Fillery.
I was wondering why. I was like, because you were like, it was quiet for a while, and I was like, hey, I can give people, instead of like the random trivia, I have like a piece of knowledge that I just obtained today that's like a tip that could help people. If
all
you
right,
want.
Share.
And you just kept talking to us. Like, okay.
Sure. Well, that's also me. But no, I out of habit, because you're on the same channel as the speak pipe, I just faded it down.
Gotcha.
When it was done, and yeah. So
gotcha.
What is this cool information?
Well, so I just watched a video from Pokedaxi a little bit before the show started, and apparently, now we don't know if it's a glitch or if it's a intended feature, but your daily box will give you better stuff if you wait till after 4:30 p.m. to open it. So, for instance, he has a video where he shows, all right, he went to open the box at 8:30 in the morning, and it was like one potion and one ball. So he closed the game, opens it back up after 4:30 p.m., and it was like a rare candy, it was like 3 other things that are really good. So apparently, if you wait to open your daily gift till after 4:30 p.m., you get better stuff. Apparently.
Well, I'll take it. I like better stuff.
I'll have to test that out myself. I just heard about it today, so I don't know for certain, but
well, you got a couple of days to test it out. Test it 4 or 5 days and give us a 2-minute feedback audio that we can play on here. Kittens and Knives says, here's a suggestion. So before I read this suggested question, what was the question? Did you think of one? And it's fine if you didn't. It looks like
I said Community Day. Remember?
Oh yeah, I did type that out. I like this. I like this one better now that I'm taking crap.
I mean,
if you're gonna be Tony P. Henderson, just phone it in. Fine. If you could have any one Pokemon in real life, what would it be and why? That is an entertaining question.
At least Tony P. Henderson phones in.
You know, I have done countless hours of that like and subscribe, sir.
It's true.
I still do not have.
It's not countless. It's more like 12, but
I still
very easily countable.
I argue that. I'm adjacent to Alabama. I argue that it's easily countable.
Oh, that's fair.
But I still don't have my chief exposure officer hockey. Oh,
yeah. I'm actually having some trouble ordering it because no place will let me buy just one jersey.
Yeah,
so unless I buy you 12, I could buy you 12 jerseys.
Hey, if you want to show the love like I showed you the love, which is, Dennis, why don't you tell everybody about Hivehead Studios and what you're doing over there?
Sure. So Hivehead Studios is a little like comic business that I've opened up. I've always wanted, I like telling stories, and I'm a visual storyteller. So I decided in the last 5 years, actually first Dragon Con, to make a comic book series. And last year I launched my first Kickstarter during Dragon Con. It's successfully funded with over $10,000, I believe. And this year the book will come out, and my second Kickstarter for Lycan Solomon's Odyssey Chapter 2 will launch in September of this year. So this series is definitely not for children, the one that I'm working on right now. I do have other series planned, and one of those is for children, or at least safe-ish for children. But yeah, so you can check it out over right now at patreon.com/Hivehead Studios. I am working on a website where people could pre-order the book or get information on the book, things like that. And then when I do receive the books in the next month or so, then I'll also probably post it digitally on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, stuff like that. And then I'm planning to go to conventions and sell the book there as well. And the series is called Lycan Solomon's Odyssey, and it's about the world's first werewolf.
And the recordings that he's talking about is if you support him on patreon.com/Hivehead Studios, then you'll get a weekly update that mostly has me on it, talking with him about the business of the book and this and the other. And, as chief exposure officer, I had to, nope, can't tell that joke here. I had to delegate. I got busy and had to delegate to a friend and a partner and somebody who I thought would do a better job than he did, Tony P. Henderson, and he'll be on for the next 3 weeks or so. But then I guess that's not even going to get you to the end of the month there, Dennis. I guess I'm going to have to come on and give you 5 or 6 to get you all into June. Well,
right at the end of the month, and then I'll have to sub you in for Tony again.
There's a reason why I'm your biggest financial supporter, and why you came to me, because I get stuff done. Sometimes I have to get stuff done for somebody else.
It's true.
So
it's true. But yeah, the Patreon, so $5 a month gets you the weekly podcast that comes out, and that's a mixture of updates and also Charles and I talking usually a few topics behind the scenes. So it could be anything from am I going to turn the business into an LLC? Spoilers, I did. Networking, Kickstarters, all kinds of stuff like that. I know I did an episode before, the first, I think 10 episodes were by myself. So I did different topics like working through depression and stuff like that. And then there's a $3 tier where you get sneak peeks into different panels that come out each week, and you get access to a Discord. And then $1 is just sort of like a thank you, love you sort of thing. I can't say what the title is probably on here.
Nope.
Yep. Not on this show.
I mean, everybody has their own audience, and it works.
Yeah, that's fine.
Works.
Hey, whatever.
Kids and I says, where have I heard your voice before? He has actually been on this podcast before as a guest, and you submit some audio bits from time to time when you have something to rant about.
I had some rants recently that went on a little longer than I had planned.
And he's on Botched D&D podcast, and we man, I don't know, it depends on how long you followed me, because he and I have done a lot of different one-off projects together.
I don't know if you listen to Tales to Terrify, but I do narrate stories on there from time to time. I've been on Drabblecast narrating a story. Superpod I've narrated.
Sounds like Kermit the Frog just naturally. So there's that.
Sure.
So, hey, by the way, I think everybody else will be interested. Now, I'll wrap this out. HBO Max has season 1, episode 1 of Sesame Street, and I am very excited to go and start watching from the day one and see some of the evolution that went on there and get reminded of some of my childhood. But that's not what I call to talk about. You can find this show. You can email us show@PokemonGoPodcast.com. PokemonGoPodcast.com is also where you can get that speak pipe, and that's probably the best way to get your voice on the show and really interact with us, is go and leave a voicemail. We'd love to have it. If you go, but Charles, I don't like my voice. Well, don't talk with such a high voice. Drop it down like this. No, I don't know. We still got Twitter, twitter.com/PokemonGoPod or @PokemonGoPod. Reddit.com/r/PokemonGoPodcast is where you can find all of our headlines as we build them up, and after the fact as well. They're tagged with what episodes they were used in. You can submit your own headlines. You can talk about the discussion of the week there. So there's other ways to interact with us as well. And you can see us live here Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/PokemonGoPodcast. And you can join such awesome people as OX2, Alien Gathering, Apple Pie Chart. These are all bots. Apple Pie Chart, Odyssey. I'm not doing that again. Botched Podcast, not the world's most okayest DM this time, huh?
It's because I'm on the main computer, and that's what's logged in.
I think this might be Kurt's. Bubbly Gravy, 158. Commander Root, Kaze, 6660. Kittens and Knives, MetaView, Sound Alert, Squishy Twitchy, which is not the bot you think it is. Stream Elements, Tuga Throws, 27. And VO by Kurt is here. I just thought of the joke I made about Tuga Throws earlier. It still made me laugh again, so it's a good joke. So there's all that. And Tugas is the newest member of our Patreon and in Discord. It says, I hope I have an experience this week to put in the Discord. It can be anything you want. And I remind everybody, set your random alarms this week or set a calendar event, something that will randomly pop up and go off and go, hey, let me leave a speak pipe. It just tells, we've had people talk about how they're in the Burger King drive-thru and leaving a message for us. It was fun. 2 little girls screaming in our ears, not so much, but that's okay. Dennis, where can they find you on the web, sir?
So Botched a D&D podcast on all your podcatchers. I also am on all my socials at World's Most Okayest DM. Instagram, I pretty much just post pictures of my puppy and comic book stuff. And then, as I had said before, patreon.com/HiveheadStudios.
And it is, if you're into that kind of thing, it is definitely very much worth your time and effort. It's great art style, great story. I've had the privilege of being around for the second run of it. Not at the very beginning, but when you got inspired to pick it up again. And it's been great to watch it grow and change, and I can't wait till it has its own Netflix series. That'd be very cool. Or better yet, Marvel acquires it, and it's a Disney Plus series, because let's be honest, they do superheroes better than anybody else. You can find me.
We're talking about Botched? Because yes, we could do a superhero show.
Oh, I don't know.
We're all superheroes already.
Unless you have me on as a one-off, I don't want to listen to that. So you find me at Rock God of Pod on Twitch, and it's Rock God of Podcasting on across social media. TikTok.com. Check out TikTok, but not my personal. Well, I mean, you can find my personal channel. It's Charles McFall. You can find that. That's cool. I do some stuff up there. It's random. But right now, we are 1EMS. That's WE. We are 1EMS. I'm getting in there every other day or so and putting up videos talking about what's going on in Georgia and EMS, what's going on in me running a company, ideas, and just thought process. It's kind of similar to what Dennis had done with the first 10 episodes of Like and Subscribe, where he talks about just stuff going on in his life. And, of course, it's TikTok, so it keeps me to 3 minutes, and it's just all I can do, which is a challenge and a fun thing to do all at the same time, to get out what I'm thinking about in 3 minutes or less. But I'm also, we are 1EMS across all social media. I put all the videos out across everywhere, so definitely go check that out and be a part of it. Tune in next week to hear Joe say, but I made it. I'm sorry. If I triggered people, I'm not that sorry.
He's used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do forget, though, because I think it's hilarious. I do. It's just, maybe it's what made me a good paramedic. And I just marketed the podcast. We're out of the podcast. We're in the extra now.
Yeah.
But when somebody starts throwing up, it just makes me laugh so much. And I forget that it doesn't make everybody laugh. And I was at a dinner the other night with somebody, and something was said. I just went, just that weird sound. And it almost made them lose their dinner at the table, which made me want to do it more. But I didn't. I didn't, but
knowing
it's so difficult. It is so difficult. So, all right. For all those that might be new, this is, let's see, the story of a girl. Is it Nightbot? No. What is it that we put in to get this stupid link put up? I don't remember. Joe always does it. There's a link. Oh, where's that? How do you have that sound just queued up, man?
Because I have 80 gigabytes of sounds for botched, so you don't think I have a vomit sound effect in my library somewhere?
You're my favorite.
I just had to search for vomit, and there it was.
All right, I just logged in to get this command. It is not Discord, not fraud, not join. It's not Patreon. Wow, we've got a lot of codes we need to start using. What is it? The default? No.
Oh, and I have enjoyed Moon Knight so far, for the person who has asked. It has been interesting. I am curious to see where it goes, because I have found that the Marvel TV shows have had poor endings. Just for me, anyways.
Yeah,
I think almost every single Marvel show I've been on board to the last episode, then I was like, that's not a great way to end it.
You are correct. Oh, Showbot. It's called Showbot for some reason. All right, let me put that command in. Showbot. All right. This usually gets much smoother. But there you go. It's the HTTPS showbot.tv, blah, blah. That's where you can click and you can get the what? It's already got 4. What in the world is this $ query string? Video by Kurt's already got 4 votes? I call shenanigans. Shenanigans. Tugas Rose has Chancy Flower Crown Charles. Video by Kurt's 10 gems equals a big gem. Tugas puts in Valor's the only thing that matters. Yeah, I'll vote for that. Dooley put in Rock God if I don't wanna. VO by Kurt puts Joe's Gone. The world wept. Dooley put in Charles didn't wanna. VO by Kurt put a Sasquatch ate my Squirtle. VO by Kurt put in Dennis whines a lot. Kurt put in a wild Dennis has appeared. And then somehow, mind-blowingly just wrong, $ query string in parentheses is winning as the title. I don't know why that is winning as a title. I do believe Kurt rigged the vote. So, for those of you who are new, if you click that Showbot channel there, you can vote for the title of the show. And that's what we're working on right now, is what the title of the podcast will be. And right now, I really don't want to.
I voted for it too, just to spite you.
Why? What is?
I voted for
joke?
2 things. I voted for the Kurt thing just because it's weird, and I voted for the Charles Chansey thing, flower crown, whatever it was. Those are the 2 items that I voted for.
Oh, and I see our buddy Coach Kev is online, so we're gonna raid Coach Kev. Yeah, whatever, Kurt. Whatever. How would I didn't even get the voting link up? And I finally get it up and I click on it, and then there's already 4 votes for you. 4. That sounds like a rig to me. And now it's winning at 6. I don't even get the joke. That's the worst part. Also, if anybody has some quick one-off advice on how to manage subscriptions through PayPal, I'd like to turn off some. And I'm not sure how to do that. So I know on my iPhone I can just manage my subscriptions. Like, yeah, no, I don't want to do that subscription anymore. Because otherwise I'm going to have to hunt down the whatever Patreon account I used and figure out where it's going. All right. What do you mean it's not anything you even posted? It literally says VO by Kurt, $, parentheses, query string, close parentheses. And then, even though somebody took their vote away, it's still winning. Second is Dennis whines a lot.
So if he's saying that he didn't do it, then I guess you could just ignore that one. Maybe it's some sort of technical error.
Oh, see, now you're baiting me. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll let Joe. I'll paste a few. Let Joe figure it out. You're the number 1 title master. They should just have your name and all this. No, kids and knives do not kowtow to Kingpin. You shoot him in the face like happened earlier this year, last year, whatever that was, Hawkeye. Don't let Kingpin scare you. It doesn't matter how sexy his voice is. All right, let me get this raid set up. I know. What do you mean you know what it says? You typed it. He says, I know what it says. I blame Streamlabs. Well, then you'll have to tell me what it says.
I forgot to say this during the show, but thanks for having me on, Charles.
Oh, you're welcome, Dennis.
I was like, oh, yeah, I never said anything. Oops.
All right. I'm going to raid Coach Kev. Everybody stick around. Thanks for being here. Joe should be back next week. And thanks, Dennis, for coming on last minute. And what I will do next time is if Joe has to call out for any reason, planned or sick or whatever, what I'm going to do is I'll go, as soon as I know, I'll get into the Discord and, you can't submit your freaking icon as a show title.
That's
why it doesn't. You know what? I bet you Joe can fix it. I bet you Joe can make that the title somehow. Yes, kittens. I'll get with you on off air and we'll chat on Discord. And I'll let you, I answer all your questions, no problem. But Joe will be back, and what I'll do next time is I will go to our Discord for Pokemon Go, and we have that live audio channel, and as soon as I know, I'll let everybody know, hey, Joe's going to be out tonight. We're going to do a call-in show, essentially, and that's what we'll do. So, but thanks for everybody for being here. Let's go support our buddy. You are kidding me, Coach Kev. You're killing me, man. He just went off air.
You could send everybody to Phil's stream. I'm sure that's family friendly.
Well, we do have caveat, like we don't know.
He's playing Philip Scared Stupid, and I've heard him screaming obscenities while we've been doing this show, so I'm sure he's...
All right, well, we know for sure this is not going to be family friendly, but I will raid Imaginary Nomad, and everybody just tell him how much he sucks and that he's a baby. And
tell him Squirtle sucks.
Hey, no, better yet, go... Why didn't you come on the show? He asked you first, and you didn't answer, and Dennis had to come on anyway. It's not the truth. True. I just thought of Dennis. I know that Dennis plays all the time. He'll come on the show. But ask him why he just turned down the invite. So, all right, that's everybody, thanks for being here. We're going to go raid Phil now, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
All right. Normally, I turn up the audio.
Nope.
I don't even know what
Let's
he's
see.
playing. What is he playing? Oh, In Sound Mind. He's still playing that.
Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. You're distracting me. And it will then take the time.
He laughed. He just laughed at us rating.
Thank you, Pokemon
So,
Go.
did you hear
for
what-
the raid.
Wait.
Hi, everyone. I'm Philip D. Keating. Welcome, Raiders. We're in the middle of playing In My Sound Mind, a horror game. I can tell you right now, me and Charles run different streams. My stream is not family friendly, but you're all welcomed anyway. Quick TLDR.
I don't care anymore. That's funny. That was good.
Did you hear what his rating sound effect was?
No, I didn't have the audio up at that point.
It's from The Shining. It's like